Hello and welcome everyone. This is our first lesson. It's entitled An Overview of Key Concepts in Entrepreneurship. Well, let's start with objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will define what an enterprise is in economic and organizational terms, distinguish between key related terms such as enterprise, firm, company, entrepreneurship, etc. Identify the key characteristics and goals of enterprises, and understand the fundamental functions and roles of enterprises in society and the economy. Introduction. In this introduction, we will learn what an entrepreneurship is, or to be specific, what is the origin of the word entrepreneurship. As you can see in front of you, the term enterprise originates from the French word entreprise, meaning company or organization. It derives from the verb entreprendre, which means to undertake or to begin. And it was historically used to describe entities engaged in commercial or project-based activities. Similarly, the word entrepreneurship also comes from a French root, or the same French root of the word. It signifies the spirit of initiative. It refers to the process of starting and managing a business, which is an action typically performed by entrepreneurs. Both terms are closely linked. Enterprise denotes the business entity itself, while entrepreneurship represents the act or process of establishing and running such entities. So, due to lack of precise equivalence, these terms were retained in their original form in English to preserve their nuanced meanings. So, what is the real meaning of entrepreneurship? As you can see in the diagram in front of you, it is the dynamic process of identifying opportunities, taking risks, and mobilizing resources in order to create or grow an enterprise. It focuses on the process and the individual initiative. The enterprise occupies a position of paramount importance as it constitutes the driving force for any national economy. It engages in the exchange of various monetary flows with other economic actors, hence forming an essential link with the overall economic cycle. For the past 2 decades or longer, entrepreneurship has been viewed simply as a process for starting new businesses. Only recently it has been concluded that entrepreneurship is more importantly about an opportunistic mindset and spirit. That's a significant distinction because it means that everyone has the potential to benefit from understanding how the mind of the entrepreneur works. Whether you work in a large corporation or own a small business or run a non-profit organization, you can find opportunities to improve your situation by applying this way of thinking to your life and work. Therefore, the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research has integrated entrepreneurship in Algerian universities. This initiative is growing increasingly, with universities incorporating entrepreneurial skills into their programs and fostering innovation to encourage students to become job creators. This shift is driven by a need for more dynamic economy, and universities are responding by focusing on skills like opportunity identification, business planning, and innovation management. Let's move now to some key terms. Understanding the terminology used in the study of entrepreneurship is essential. While these words that you can see in front of you are often used interchangeably in every language, in academic and professional contexts, they have distinct meanings and connotations. Let's start with the first key term, enterprise. A term used in academic contexts to denote a structured entity that combines human, material, and financial resources to produce goods or services and create value. It emphasizes initiative, autonomy, and innovation. It is a broad term for any business venture or organized activity. The enterprise model encourages innovative approaches to solving existing problems or social issues. Let's take, for example, Tesla's development of electric vehicles. Second term is corporation, a term used in academic context to refer to a legal entity separate from its owners, or reorganized or recognized by law with rights and responsibilities. Corporations are usually larger enterprises with shareholders, boards, and formal governance, such as, for example, Amazon, Microsoft, etc. Institution, a broader concept referring to established systems, norms, or structures, usually economic, political, social, or educational, etc., that shape and regulate behavior. An enterprise or corporation may operate within or become an institution over time. Let's take as an example, or as examples of institutions, universities, schools, hospitals, banks, etc. More key terms. Company is a legally recognized entity established to produce goods or services for the market, often with the goal of generating profit for its owners. The next key term is firm, a specific economic and legal unit engaged in the production or distribution of goods or services. It is often used in economics and law to denote the formal operating entity. For example, we have law firms, accounting firms, construction firms, etc. The last key term is organization. It's a general term for coordinated social unit composed of people working together toward common goals. It can include enterprises, NGOs, institutions, and other structured groups. It emphasizes structure and coordination. Let's now delve deeper into the meaning of enterprise. It is an organization, as I said before, that combines resources to produce goods or services for value creation. It exists within a market system and aims to satisfy needs efficiently. It may pursue profit, which we call for-profit organizations, or social goals, which we call non-profit organizations or enterprises. It is also the process of starting new businesses, generally in response to opportunities. Accordingly, entrepreneurs are pursuing opportunities by changing, revolutionizing, transforming, or introducing new products or services. So, are entrepreneurs and small business owners the same thing? The answer is no. There are some key differences. Entrepreneurs want to change the world. They think big and have innovative ideas. They typically have a passion that goes beyond profits. In contrast, small business owners want to make a living. Their business is typically composed of doing something others are already doing. Where a small business owner sees risk, the entrepreneur sees opportunity. A small business owner, for example, might open a bike rental shop. An entrepreneur might develop an application that would allow people to share a common set of bikes. He or she would invest in a fleet of bicycles, negotiate with communities for places to locate bikes or bike racks and his bikes, and then promote his bike sharing application and rental business. So, let's start with the first type of enterprise, the one that we called non-profit enterprise. It is an organization that does not distribute its net earnings. By net earnings, we mean pure profit or earnings that exceed the amount needed to pay for services received by the organization. So, if this non-profit enterprise had net earnings, it should not be distributed to individuals who exercise control over it, such as members, officers, directors, and so on. Generally speaking, a non-profit enterprise can pay reasonable compensation to any individual in exchange for labor or capital that he or she provides, whether or not that person exercises some control over the enterprise. A non-profit organization is allowed to earn profit. It is only the distribution of profits that is prohibited. Net earnings must be entirely devoted to financing further production of the services that the organization was created to provide. The second type, which is for-profit enterprise. It is an organization also that exists to generate financial return for the owners or investors rather than purely for charitable or public aims. It may have multiple legal organizational forms like individual, partnership, etc. And it engages diverse activities like industrial, commercial, agricultural, etc. It can provide goods or services to businesses or individuals. Beyond production, an enterprise performs a distribution function. It receives monetary, physical, and informational flows, processes them, and then distributes them, hence delivering goods or services to the market. The recipients of this distribution function may include other enterprises, the state, households, and social organizations. Additionally, an enterprise is an organized system with a hierarchical structure where authority, responsibilities, and decision-making are distributed among different levels: top management, middle management, operational staff, etc. Let's now move to the purpose of the enterprise in society. Well, enterprises have two major purposes. The first one is economic, the second one is social. There are many objectives that enterprises seek to achieve through their activities. These objectives vary according to the enterprise's type, activity, and size. The main objectives can be summarized in the following points. As far as the economic purposes are concerned, we can have profit maximization, which means that profit is a key indicator of an enterprise's economic health, ensuring its continuity and growth. It enables expansion, technological renewal, and debt repayment if there is any debt. The second one is meeting societal needs. The enterprise fulfills society's demands by producing reasonably priced goods and meeting consumers' needs at affordable prices. The second purpose, which is social purposes, we have reducing unemployment through the creation of job opportunities and ensuring a fair and sustainable level of wages, and shaping consumption patterns by introducing innovative products and influencing consumer behavior through advertising and promotional strategies. Let's move now to the characteristics of an enterprise. Well, any organization, including enterprises, should possess these three essential characteristics. First one is objective. All organizations share a distinct purpose, a reason for existing, that defines what they want to accomplish. Every enterprise exists to achieve a specific goal or a set of goals. This purpose may vary, for example, producing goods, providing services, or creating value for customers or society. In for-profit enterprises, the main objective is to generate profit and ensure growth. In non-profit enterprises, the goal may be social contribution or community service. This purpose gives direction to all the organization's actions, guiding, planning, strategy, and decision making. The second one is people or human resources. An enterprise cannot function without people who perform tasks and coordinate activities. These individuals occupy various roles like employees, managers, executives, etc., and work together toward the enterprise's goals. People are the key resource that connects all other factors together, like technology, finance, materials, etc. Effective management depends on motivating, leading, and developing these people to enhance performance. And the last one is structure. All organizations have a deliberate structure within which members do their work. The structure of an organization or an enterprise should be organized and hierarchical. An enterprise is not a random collection of people. It has an organized and structured system. This structure defines relationships, who reports to whom, how tasks are divided, and how coordination happens. It can be formal, clear hierarchy, defined job roles, or informal, flexible, team-based. The structure ensures order, efficiency, and accountability within the enterprise.